Alright, welcome back peoples. This is the third tutorial for making textures for the keyblade that we made on Blender. So in this tutorial, as you can see, we've previously completed both texture 1 and texture 2, but the colors, they look a bit too bland, like you don't see any textures or anything like that. So what I'm going to do in this tutorial is we're going to add some metal stuff to it, we're going to add some fabric stuff to it, some leather stuff to it, and make it look a bit more better. Alright. So, for all the metal parts of the keyblade, I'm going to use a metal texture. For all the other parts, I might not use a texture or use something else. Now, for this part of the keyblade, everything here is metal. Metal hilt, metal guards, except for the handle. Handle might be leather. So the metal sides, you have the metal neck, and you've got the funny metal hook thing at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I've gone to not YouTube, I've gone to Google Images, just type in metal texture and you'll get a bunch of weird things. So this is the metal texture that I tend to use for most of my models. So what you want to do is you want to copy the whole thing and you want to paste it over the top. Move it to the top so that it covers everything. Everything, and you want to resize it. Free transform, resize it so that it will cover everything. Everything. There we go. Now you may be asking, alright, so we've lost all the colors. Yes, we have, but we can also use other things like overlay, soft light, and this will basically make the texture bleed through while keeping the colors. So you can see that there are many. Ooh, it looks pretty cool. There's a few interesting effects that you can use. I might go for this. This looks pretty awesome. Let's go for this. I like this. Vivid light. We're going to change the opacity down a bit because it's too strong for my liking, so I'm going to turn it down to about, say, 50. Now, what you will have noticed is that everything that's metal will be metallized, but everything that's not metal is also metallized, like the handle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the texture out, change it back to bland, and then we're going to use a leather texture for this part. I have another texture for the buttons, so I'm going to get rid of the metal parts on the buttons, but everything else can stay metal. Right, so file, open, let's go for leather cross. So this is what I'm going to use for the handle. It's a lovely letter stitch pattern. Once again, you put it across the top and you might notice, hey, it's taken up. Hold on, just wait. Height 165, width 165. There we go. And then set it. And then you can delete parts of it that you don't want. And then you want to use overlay or something so that it looks cool. That looks pretty good there. Color dodge. What about color? Nope. Luminosity? Nope. Sometimes it takes a bit of getting used to. Can't really see it, can you? Let's go for this. I like this. Color dodge. I will change the opacity because it's a bit too strong. Only by a bit. Done. And now we have to do the buttons. So do the buttons, and I have a button here, which I found on Google Images. You can find other buttons if you'd like. I don't care which one you use, doesn't matter. It's just the texture. Okay, delete that, and I want the button. Come on, button. Texture 1. Turn back on net so you know roughly where the buttons are. Paste the buttons in. You want to transform them so that they fit into the texture net. Yep, looks about right. Just about. And then what you can do is you can do the same thing. So turn off the master layer and then use the functions to overlay whatever, so you can find what works for you. That looks ugly. Looks like a moon now you look at it. Think about it. Look at it. It looks like a moon. Ah, that looks nice. Soft light. Let's go with that. Soft light. It's a lovely color. Well, not love color. I mean, you know what I mean. It's a lovely texture. Let's copy it and then move it downwards to the other one. Yeah, it works really well. Look at it. Alright. So that's texture 1 done. Now we can finally export it. File, save for web, save. I'm gonna call it Neo K1 for Neo Kingdom Key 1. Save as a PNG file. Choose to save this if you want. Choose to not save. Up to you. Close this. I don't need that anymore. Close that. Don't need that anymore. I might need this one still. Okay, so now let's do this one. Same deal. Get the metal. Anything that's meant to be metal, you metalify it. Paste. Yep. Free transform. And then you can vivid light, I believe was the one we used. Vivid light, and then 50%. Alrighty, now let's have a look. Excuse me. Alright, that part. This part here. I don't think this part should be metal. I think it would do better with being sparkles, or you know, something shiny. So let's do that. File, open, sparkles. Sparkle, I don't know. I found this on Google Images once again. So just Google on image, you'll find it. Control C, Control V. So let's stretch it. Free transform till it fits. And then you want to desaturate it as well. So image, adjustments, desaturate, and then you want to apply. Ooh, it looks nice. So whatever you think looks good, that looks pretty cool. But I'm gonna turn on the opacity because it's a bit too strong. Alright. Cool. So now we have Neo K2 done. Okay, so now you turn off the master layer and then you save for web. Now it's very, very important that you turn off the master layer, because if you don't and you end up using this as your texture, you're going to end up with these ugly lines all over your model, and you don't want that because you just want the smooth color. Anyway, I'll just do one to demonstrate to you what I mean. So I'll save one with the lines. Okay, so file, save as Neo K2 ugly. Alright. So in our next tutorial, we are expected to import these textures into the model, and we're going to see what it looks like. And after that, we're going to work out making the chain, you know, the keyblade chain. And then after that, exporting it into PMD, PMX, etc. I hope you can join me for then. Until then,